when normal people who are voters but do not pay attention to politics start paying attention to what is important in an election, authoritarianism versus democracy is what our decision is going to be next year. When they pay attention to that, the sooner the better, I guess, is where I'm
Well,
going.
yeah, well, two key things have happened here, and probably some others I'm not thinking of, but I can think of two things off the top of my head. One is because of people like you and me and your audience and so many other people out there that have kept screaming and yelling about this and losing our collective shite on the media for the absolute piss poor job that they've done during the entirety of Trump's existence in politics. Finally, they started moving in the direction and saying things. The New York Times actually used the F word and called him a fascist. The Washington Post actually had an opinion piece about how it's likely that we're going to become a dictatorship now, which I don't know that I agree with, but that's an important piece for people to read. And so some of the main guys who determine in these big newspapers and cable outlets, Joe Scarborough had a whole long segment on it. You and I think, talked about this last time. These are very important things. But I'd say since last time, the other incredibly important thing, and you can hate her, fine, is Liz Cheney. In the end, look, I will argue with her all day and all night long. Her policies are wrong. Her policies are stupid. So don't think I'm sitting here like, oh, she's wonderful now. But if you read any of these books by experts out there who tell you how authoritarianism is defeated, it is when everybody else, no matter their politics, from socialists on the left on over to conservatives on the right, unite against either a communist on the left, a dictator, or a fascist dictator on the right. So to have her out there, telling these stories, these behind the scenes stories, and also undermining Mike Johnson and Jim Jordan and all these things she knows, when she has the name Cheney, when she was in leadership, when her dad literally used to be the Satan of the left and her dad was the vice president, this is incredibly important because she can reach, again, the 33% who are the cult members. They're all in. There's nothing to do to change their minds. But what their game is here is that other 15 to 20% whose votes they can either suppress or who they can convince that Donald Trump's the lesser of two evils by making up garbage about Hunter Biden and by trying to impeach Biden and trying to do everything they can to muddy those waters. And that's why it's really important that the media and that Liz Cheney and people like her are out there. And I'm hoping that Cheney will join Romney and will join, what's his name, Kinzinger and other people like that and go around the country and make this argument to everybody so they get it.
Now, Shannon here on YouTube is pointing out, because I actually disagree a little bit, more than just a little bit, with you on Cheney. And here's the reason why, is I believe that Liz Cheney is doing it for certain motivation, which I really don't give a her motivation. I don't care about her motivation. I know her motivation. I think that she's going to try to run as a third party ticket. That's the reason why I'm not advocating for Liz Cheney to say, or for people to prop her up as a hero. Now, here's what
not a hero. Remember, I was very careful.
Right, exactly. No, and here's what I want to say about Liz Cheney. I believe that you're correct in that this is the way that fascism is beaten back. But what is important about Liz Cheney or Mitt Romney or Adam Kinzinger, especially Liz Cheney, though, is that she was third in leadership in the House caucus when Donald Trump was trying to steal our election and commit a coup. She knew what was going on. She's admitted that she's been part of the conversation. The part that bothers me about Liz Cheney, and I think this is the conversation that all these commentators should have, because I think it will force Liz Cheney to do what she needs to do to get in a position where her speaking out actually has an effect. Because I actually think it has no effect the way she's doing it now, because what she's not doing is she's not apologizing to America, because she caused Donald Trump. She is part of leadership. She is part of the apparatus which led to him. And
same
until
with Kinzinger, same with Romney, same with Murkowski, the same with all of these ones who've spoken out against him. I agree. I just say something quickly, though. I agree with you. It's just, I think that there's nuance here. I think you're playing it as black and white, as in either she makes a difference or she doesn't. I think she will be much more effective if she apologizes and does that kind of thing.
Yes.
But I do think that still, and I know some of these people that are conservatives who hate Trump, or they still think they're moderate Republicans. I don't know what that means anymore. But and those types of folks can deliver a message to them. People like Cheney and Romney and Murkowski, whatever, that you and I cannot deliver. And so I do think, again, I'll say quickly, and I'll let you respond to it. I'm not making her a hero, because nope, I just said everything she believes that I know about is stupid or wrong or both. And it's not about pretending she had nothing to do with this. So did a bunch of those never Trumpers who are out there doing stuff. They were involved in this stuff too. But right now, when you're trying to bail, when your whole purpose is stopping authoritarianism, I'm worried. I'm willing to work with almost anybody at the moment, and I'm willing to fight with them again in the future. I will not call them a hero. I will not whitewash what they did in the past. But they're saying this stuff I still think has value and I still think is important.